Hi, Matt Bennett here. I want to tell you what we're about with Christian Union Day and Night. We want to see revival on a massive scale all across America, like we have never seen before. When revival comes and the Spirit of God is poured out, a geographic region, a whole country, or a big, huge region, you see incredible things happen. You see many Christians revived, their love and devotion to Jesus Christ, living in holiness and power. You see many non-Christians coming to faith in Christ, many people. And then you see society impacted. You see families change for the better. You see institutions change. It affects the whole land when the Spirit of God is poured out in an incredible way. And this is what we are trusting God for. There have been 5 major revivals in the United States since before our founding. And I want to tell you a little bit about them. The first one is in the 1730s and 40s, led by George Whitefield and Jonathan Edwards. And Whitefield preached up and down the 13 colonies. Many came to faith in Christ. He was the most famous man in America. It really shook America in an incredible way. And there's much written about this incredible move of God in those days. But America drifted away over the ensuing decades because of the Enlightenment and other influences. And there's a need for another move of God. And so the Second Great Awakening began in 1801 in Cane Ridge, Kentucky. And all over America, there are great outpourings of the Spirit for about 30 years. So many revival fires in New York State that they called it the burned over district because of Charles Finney and his work and others. An incredible time of many lives being changed. So much social improvement came out of that time. So much legislation came to make the nation better for so many people. And then there's the businessmen's revival of 1857 to 58. That actually began right here in New York City where I live, down near Wall Street, south of me. And in the course of just a year and a half, 1 million people in the United States out of a population of 30 million came to faith. Absolutely incredible. The movement actually jumped to the United Kingdom. 1 million came to faith there. Jumped to Australia. 1 million came to faith there. And it was launched, it was fueled by prayer, noon prayer mostly, but morning and evening as well, all across America, tens and tens of thousands of people praying. Absolutely incredible. And then the last 2 major revivals weren't as thorough or comprehensive as the first 3. We have the 1906 Pentecostal awakening in Los Angeles, and Pentecostalism was birthed there. It's now all over the world, hundreds of millions of Christians all over the world, but it didn't hit all segments of America. Incredibly powerful, incredibly wonderful, but didn't hit everybody. And then we also had the Jesus movement because of the prayer and emphasis in Southern California in the 1940s and 50s. There's a great move of God in the 1960s and the 1970s, and many across America were blessed because of the Jesus movement. Several denominations came out of this great move of God, a lot of spiritual power release. But again, it had a national impact, but not quite like some of these other revivals. Now, there's always been moves of God. There's always been smaller moves of God and wonderful things happening in all the in-between times. But that's a brief overview. And what we're trusting God for is that we would see the biggest move of God we've ever seen before. Bigger than those first 3 great awakenings, bigger than the first one. Join with us with Day and Night, Christian Union Day and Night. Let us seek God with our whole hearts and see this nation radically impacted.